What's going on, y'all? Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way in. Hit the like button on your way in and join the chat. You already know the deal, man. Listen, I am Kenyatta Black, the man who brought you the Yams Appreciation Series and Yams Appreciation Day. I am the man who brought you the Hit 'em Up series. I am the man who brought you the Live with Martin Swartz series, and I am the man who brought you the Big Back Energy series. And as a matter of fact, if you're not following me on Instagram or YouTube, or Instagram or Facebook, you better follow me on Instagram and Facebook so you can keep up with those series. Those series are not YouTube friendly. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in those series. So if you're missing out, you're missing out. And that's a you problem. All right. So you better come on over to Instagram and come on over to Facebook and follow me there so you can have access to those hilarious series. But anyway, I am Kenyatta Black. Shout out to the Black Squad. Let the show begin.
Black Squad TV was good with you.
Black Squad TV.
Shout out to Black Squad TV, said Prince Ella, aka the Predator Princess, aka the hater with oh my God, man. Y'all are wild.
Ourselves in a situation, and shout out to Kenyatta Black. He's the one that inspired this video right here. I'm already 2 minutes in, and I'm running out of time.
Black Squad, what's up?
This Black Squad TV salute.
The official drink of Black Squad TV, Jesus Juice. 1 part Moscato, 1 part Patron Silver. Have you tried it yet? You don't know what you're missing. This smooth and tasty mix is about as close to perfection as you can get. So next time you need a drink, pour yourself a glass of Jesus Juice. Because if wine was good for Jesus, it's good for you too.
Shout out to the Black Squad. What's going on? Matter of fact, shout out to the Black Squad. Yeah, baby. As I sip my Jesus juice. Y'all know what you're missing. Listen, I'm going to make this quick because I got to go get my oil changed. And when I come back, I'm going to try to make a reel or two and do another video. This one's kind of an impromptu video. This is a topic that has actually been on my mind for a very long time. I don't know why I didn't do a video on this. You know, sometimes it seems like people fail to understand the different dynamics in different relationships. Right? Now, specifically today, we're going to briefly discuss the difference that a lot of you ladies don't seem to understand. You don't seem to understand the difference between your relationships as women with your female friends. Y'all don't seem to understand the difference between that and the romantic relationships that your female friends have with men. These are two totally different types of relationships. And y'all clearly don't seem to understand the difference. And this is why you ladies are always trying to tell us men how many good women there are out here. As if we're not the ones dating them. As if we're not the ones in relationships with these women. As if we don't know firsthand by our experience as men on the dating market, dating these women, as if we don't know that is the furthest thing from the damn truth. There are not a lot of good women out here at all. As a matter of fact, there are very few good women out here. Now, again, you got to understand the difference in relationships. Your female friends are your female friends. They might be great fucking friends. Give you the shirt off her back. Always there for you. Always got your back. That doesn't mean that your female friend, who's always there for you, always got your back, would give you the shirt off her back, do anything for you. That doesn't mean, on the flip side, in a romantic relationship with a man, she can't be a shitty girlfriend or a shitty wife. Doesn't mean that. Just like, you know, a lot of men, speaking for myself, and a lot of other men have come to this realization as well, but I'll speak for myself. Somewhere along the line, I had to learn, or I had to come to the understanding or the realization that my relationship with my mother and my father's relationship with my mother, two totally different relationships. Now, when it came to my father's relationship with my mother, that shit wasn't none of my damn business. Period. Don't matter if I'm her son and she's my mama and she's the greatest woman in the world and she could do no wrong. She's perfect and sunshine and rainbows fly out of her ass. Because, you know, sunshine and rainbows flies out of everybody's mama's ass. You know, everybody's mama is fucking perfect, right? Somewhere along the line, I had to come to the realization, no, my relationship with my mother and my father's relationship with my mother are two totally different relationships. Their relationship has nothing to do with me, and I need to mind my goddamn business. To me, she's mama. To him, that's his chick. That's his chick. Two totally different relationships. You see what I'm saying? Ladies, your relationship with your female friends and your female friends' romantic relationships with men are two totally different relationships. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, stop trying to tell men that there's just so many good women out here as if we are not dating these sorry ass women. Many of these women today are so damn backwards, they will give a man some vagina before they cook him a meal. That's a good woman? And that's most of these women. Because, you know, sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, that's empowering. But cooking a man a meal is oppression. You ask a woman to make you a sandwich, she'll look at half of these heifers out here and look at you like you crazy. What am I, your slave? But they have no problem taking merciless back shots from the whole hood. Like, no, stop. Now, let's go on. All right, look, let's go into some details here. First of all, the dating market is trash. The dating market itself is one big trash can. Which is why I have said on multiple occasions, if I were to find myself single in the future, I refuse to go digging in that trash can ever again, trying to find a good woman. I know there's a good woman in that trash can called the dating market. Again, understand the analogy. I'm not referring to all women as trash. I'm referring to the dating market as a trash can. Because most of the women on the dating market are trash. Not all of them, most of them. Trash. So there is a good woman in that trash can called the dating market. And I could go jump in that trash can, i.e. the dating market, and dig around in that trash can, and I could find a good woman in there. The question is, do I want to go through that shit again? I already went through it once, and it was hell. It was hell trying to find the good woman that I have now. Hell. You think especially at my age, you think I'm gonna get back out here on this dating market and go digging through that fucking trash can again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look, that's why I don't even bother cheating on my girl. I don't even bother cheating. Because I know it ain't nothing but trash out there. I'm gonna lose a good woman over some trash? Negative. Negative. Absolutely not. Not 15, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I would probably be a little more inclined to maybe probably not be so faithful. Because if I'm just keeping it real, I don't think I've ever been faithful to a woman in my life. The handful of relationships that I've had, been with too many women to count, but only a handful of relationships, right? And in those handful of relationships, I was never faithful, ever. The woman I'm with now is the only woman I have ever been faithful to, ever. Ever. Going on, let's see, we are going on 7 years. We are going on 7 years this spring. 7 years, been faithful for 7 years. Whew. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I think back, you know, to my heathenist ways. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of miss it. I kind of miss it. You know, there's nothing wrong with having multiple women. There's definitely nothing wrong with having multiple women. Okay, I believe it is natural for a man to have multiple women. I don't think it's natural for a man to be with one woman. I do not. I don't. So yeah, I miss it sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. I would be lying if I sat here and said I didn't miss it. I damn sure do. Damn sure do. But I'm illustrating the point that the dating market has gotten so shitty that at this point, if you actually find a good woman, there is absolutely 0 point in cheating on her. Zero. Especially, you know, you consider, you know, the amount of STDs floating around here these days. You rolling the dice with your Johnson, bro. Just rolling the dice. You're gonna crap out sooner or later, fam. You're gonna crap out sooner or later, bro. I'm good. Ain't nothing out there but herpes and baby mamas, nigga. I'm straight, nigga. I'm straight. Ain't nothing out there but herpes and baby mamas. Herpes, baby mamas, weave, and food stamps. Nigga, I'm good. I'm so good. Yeah, man, like, bro. Like, even look at it, you know, recently a lot of videos have been popping up of women talking about how when they host these singles events that the men aren't even showing up. Ladies, why do you think the men aren't showing up? Why do you think the men ain't showing up? They're not showing up because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're not worth it. You're not worth it. Now, come on. Can all these men be crazy? Can all these men be crazy? I've seen a couple of videos recently, like in the last week, of women talking about these singles events where they go to the singles event and it's like wall to wall, 150 women in there, and it would be like 7 dudes. Only 7 dudes showed up. And you better believe those 7 men in that room, those are the most desperate of the desperate. You better believe it. It ain't those handful of men did not show up simply because they didn't get the memo. No, they got the memo. It's just them Negroes are desperate. Those are not the men you want, ladies. I'll try to tell you. If a man actually shows up to a singles event, that nigga is desperate. From a man's perspective, first of all, from a man's perspective, a singles event, that is one of the most corniest fucking things a man could ever be invited to. A singles event? Like, come on, man. I do not need to go to a singles event to meet a woman. I could meet a woman walking down the street. I could meet a woman walking through the mall. You know what I mean? I live right next to the water, literally right next to the water. I can meet a woman walking down the boardwalk. You know what I'm saying? Like say for the sake of the argument, I was a single man, right? Now I'm about to go get my oil changed in a minute. Might be an attractive woman up there in Firestone, sitting across from me while I'm waiting for them to fix my oil or change my oil. I can spark up a conversation with her, get her number. Like the last thing I need to do is go to a singles event to find a woman. Any man at a singles event, ladies, that is the most desperate of the desperate. Get out of here. Now, 10, 15 years ago, things were a little different. But today, in 2025, any man at a singles event is a loser. I said it. Loser. Something's wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. I'm telling you. And I'm willing to bet whatever's wrong with him is probably so glaringly obvious, you will figure out what's wrong with that dude in the first fucking conversation you have with him. No damn singles event. But the main reason these men are not showing up to these singles events is because you're not worth it. You're not worth it. You're not worth it. What does a man really get out of a relationship these days? These days, the way women approach relationships is take, give little of nothing. Take, give little of nothing. Cry and complain to get their way, manipulate to get their way. Manipulate their way out of accountability when a man confronts them about the fact that, hey, you know, you're not really carrying your weight in this relationship. You know, this needs to change, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, typically a woman will, throw on the waterworks and try to manipulate the man out of the conversation or manipulate her way out of accountability for what he's confronting her about. These days, listen, if you ask the average man, what are the top 3, top 5 things, and put this to the test, ladies. Ask your brothers, your cousins, your male friends, what are the top 3 or top 5 things that you desire to obtain from a woman in a relationship? I guarantee you, every man you ask to give you his top 3 or top 5 things that he desires from a woman in a relationship, I guarantee you, every one of those men are going to have peace. Peace in their top 3 or top 5. Peace is never outside of a man's top 5. Might not be in his top 3, but it's never outside of his top 5. Never. Doesn't matter if it's a black man, a Hispanic man, an Asian man, a white man, Arabic man, or fucking Eskimo. Doesn't matter what man you're talking about, what race of men you're talking about. Every man is going to have peace in his top 5 things that he desires from a woman. Now, on the flip side, a lot of these men who aren't showing up to these singles events, these men who are choosing to abstain from committed relationships, these men who have gone MGTOW, hell, even these men who have gone passport bro. One of the number one reasons why they're not chasing y'all anymore, one of the number one reasons why women have become, one of the main reasons why men don't desire to be in relationships with y'all anymore is because you bring the opposite of peace in most cases. So much so to the point where a lot of men have realized they have way more peace when they're single. And they'll be damned if they let you ruin it. Men have actually discovered that they are perfectly fine being single by choice. Because, I mean, think about it. Other than sex, what exactly do men need women for? Like, need a woman for? Like, without a woman, I can't accomplish XYZ. I literally can't accomplish this without a woman. What is it? Which is one of the reasons I be trying to tell you ladies that you don't have male friends. You don't have male friends. You have dudes that are orbiting you, just waiting for their opportunity to sleep with because there's absolutely nothing that you offer him that he needs you for other than the sex. No man has ever looked at a woman and said, wow, you know, I'd really like to be her friend. Never. Just seriously. What are y'all gonna do? Go catch a ball game? Y'all gonna go watch a baseball game together? Like, why does this dude want to be your fucking friend? Seriously, right? It's the same thing with relationships, really. That's why you're around. That's why he keeps you around. And on you know, the cherry on top is the companionship. If he actually likes your company, if he actually likes your conversation, right? That's the, you know, the icing and the cherry on top. But, you know, the root of the matter is sex. I hope I'm not getting too far off the subject. And see, here's the thing, right? Y'all keep trying to tell men that, you know, there's all these great women out here and whatnot. You do know that men are visual creatures, right? Hold on one second. All right, so you do know that men are visual creatures, right? Now, speaking on the black community specifically, men are visual creatures. Black men are no different. We like what we see. When a man approaches a woman to, you know, try to get her name and her number and, you know, link up with her, what do you think it is that's driving him to approach in the first place? Her physical. So I would really love for black women in particular to explain to me why it is you keep telling black men that there's so many great black women out here that they shouldn't have a problem finding a woman when 80% of the women in our community are overweight. And 60% of the women who are overweight are actually obese. So off the fucking top, in the black community, you might as well say that just about 80% of the women aren't even included in the damn conversation for good women. Because from a man's perspective, part of being a good woman is being attractive. Ladies, I hate to burst your bubble, but there's no such thing as an attractive fat chick. Get that shit out your head, ladies. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. The concept of an attractive fat chick is about as ridiculous as the concept of a successful broke nigga. Like, what? Ladies, would you ever fix your mouth up to say something as ridiculous as that broke nigga over there is successful? No. Okay, there's no such thing as a successful broke nigga. There's no such thing as an attractive fat bitch. Now, get that shit out your head. Get that shit out your head. Well, she big, but she got a pretty face. Fuck her face. Fuck her face. So I'm just supposed to look here? I'm just supposed to look here and just forget about everything else from the fucking neck down. Fuck you. That's one of the first things women will try to tell you.
Well, yeah, she a big girl, but she got a pretty face, though. She pretty in the face.
Well, that's supposed to be a consolation prize. Ladies, you are always trying to sell men a bad deal. You're always trying to sell us a bad deal. And you know it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, she a big girl.
And most of the women listening right now, you have said those exact fucking words to a man before.
Yeah, she a big girl, but she got a pretty face, though. Look, she pretty in the face.
No such thing. There's no such thing as an attractive big girl. The fuck? Off the top in the black community, 80% of, like, how you gonna tell these black men that there's just so many good women out here when 80% of the black women in this country, the United States, are overweight? 80%. And 60% of the black women who are overweight are actually obese. Black man, like any other man, we like what we see. Right? But you're telling us that we should just be able to go down to the black woman tree and just pick any black woman off the tree. It should just be that easy for a black man to find a good black woman. And that's before we get to all the baby mamas running around here in the black community. As if black men, like any other group of men, as if black men just want to raise other people's fucking children. So that's before we get to all the baby mamas running around here. That's before we get to the STDs in the black community. That is ridiculous. That's before we get to the rotten vajayjay that has saturated the black community. Good God. That's before we get to the wigs and the weaves. All these wig-headed hooligans running around the black community. I'm sorry. Listen, it has gotten to the point now. I want you to think about this. Now, back in the day, right? Back in the day, it was 60, 70, 80-year-old women that were the ones wearing the wigs. Back in the day, wigs were for old people. Present day 2025, these chicks are in their 20s wearing wigs. If that ain't some of the laziest, most trifling, clownish shit I have ever seen in my life. You are 24 years old with a fucking wig on your head. And you think you look cute. Every time you see a girl fight on YouTube or some shit, 10, 15 seconds into the fight, somebody's wig is hanging to the side. Oh, and God, have you seen these chicks without the wigs? Have you seen these chicks without the wigs and the weaves? These chicks look like ex-convicts when the wigs come off. Stop telling men that there's just so many good women out here. There are not. And you know what? I might come back for a part 2 of this video. But at the moment, I got to get up from here and run the Firestone and get my oil changed. So I will be back. Might do a part 2 to this, like I said. Might do a part 2. We shall see. But in the meantime and in between time, I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for listening. Shout out to the Black Squad. Until next time, and there will be a next time, remember, bands will make them dance, but these hands will change your face.